Hey everybody, Josh Runquist here for the Heavy Debriefings YouTube channel, and I'm here to talk about 12 more albums for out to date and what I missed for May 31st, 2024. The last 12 albums I'll be talking about in May 2024, and after we're all done for the first half of 2024, I will have covered 222 albums. Let's get into it. First up, we have Four Stroke Baron with Dated Diamond, and this is an album of two halves that were originally supposed to be two EPs that came together to make one cohesive album. Part of the album is straight ahead, heavy progressive metal that Four Stroke Baron has been known for quite a bit of time. And the other half is the more 80s synth pop that the band has also been known for as well. It's a weird combination that I truly enjoy. It's kind of like hearing Devin Townsend or Gojira also taking on some synth pop instrumental elements. It kind of has like a retro future kind of feel behind it, and I really appreciate that. This is an album I've been seeing going under the radar, but you really should give this a shot if you're a prog fan. This is some fantastic stuff. Up next, we have Idle Throne with A Clarion Call. Now, this is my kind of power metal, which kind of combines the best of power metal, mixed in with thrash and, dare I say, some metalcore influences? Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. I will say, compared to their debut album, it is a much fuller, heavier sound in the production. The songwriting feels so much catchier and streamlined. This is an album that I have been enjoying from start to finish, and I just love everything that's going on with this. This is a way to do power metal without sounding like traditional power metal. And if that sounds interesting to you and you want something on the heavier side of that, this is absolutely an album worth checking out. Next up, we have Relica with Secrets of the Future. Now, this sophomore album from this Australian progressive metalcore band is gonna not be up everyone's alley that checks out my channel and checks out my reviews, but I say you should go into this with an open mind. This is a band that really can focus on the progressive metal side, and if you like bands like Tesseract, they do really hit that progressive and atmospheric stuff that they really go for. But the reason I keep saying what I do is because there is a heavy influence on the modern pop sound that's going on as well. If you enjoy the likes of Spirit Box or Electric Callboy, you really should enjoy this band a lot. There's also like a heavy vocal influence, so kind of like a Billie Eilish kind of thing going on as well too, which I know can be controversial, but I think it really fits for the music that's going on here. I think the songs are tight, poppy, and fun, and if it can bring kids to being prog fans, I am 100% for it. Next up is Rhapsody of Fire with Challenge the Wind, and I know this is kind of shocking to say, but this is some of my favorite material that anything under the Rhapsody moniker has done in the 21st century. Let me explain. This album is so heavy. It is so much in that power metal feel that I love so much. There's no ballads, there's no mid-tempo songs. Every single song is just that fast, heavy power metal stuff that you love so very much. And I know for some people that could be very overwhelming. For me, it fits right at home. Match that up with a great lineup with some fantastic songwriters and an overall production that really fits the mold. This is an album that people should be clamoring for in 2024. I know all the stuff with Rhapsody and all the different lineup changes and all that stuff. If you look at it completely objective, this is one of the best albums in power metal in 2024. Next up is the brand new album from Thou with Umbilical. And this is an album that I really can't put my finger on despite how much I do love it. Now, the reason I do say that is there are some moments on here are easily some of the most heavy and most hate-filled moments the band has ever had. And if you look at the state of the world in 2024, I completely understand. But also, at the same time, there are moments that are more commercial and streamlined than the band has ever done to date. It's this weird combination of very accessible, primal sludge metal and doom metal. And I think if enough people listen to it in the right way, this could be easily regarded as the best Thou album to date. And I think it's on track to be my favorite so far. And if that sounds interesting to you, easily go check this one out. Sludge needs something like this in 2024. And finally today, for brand new releases coming out on May 31st, 2024, is the fourth album from Wormwood with The Star. This is the third album album and final album of their trilogy surrounding death. And this is death in every way of the word. Although this is a very mellow black band, adding some gothic metal elements and some doom metal elements, lyrically, this is about the end of the universe, where everything in the universe ceases to be. You match that up with some of the more harsh elements, the more melodic moments. You match that up with very well produced and meaningful songs, and you have one of the best albums in mellow black in 2024. Wormwood just continues to rise, and I love to see it. This is a fantastic band, and if you love your melodic black metal with more of a gothic and doom kind of side to it, yeah, check out this album. And now comes the albums that have come out but I missed along the way, starting with Bone Ripper and World Ablaze. This band from the Netherlands has put out their debut album, and it's almost grindcore in a sense where it's 10 tracks, 21 minutes, and no BS whatsoever. But it is very much of that metallic hardcore sound. And if you're looking for something that is just as heavy as Hatebreed, almost hits into the death metal and grindcore territories, while still being super catchy with what they're going for, this is an album for you. Bone Ripper knows how to talk about the state of the world, the fact that we're pretty much not long for this world, but you might as well make some music to make a circle pit out of. Again, 10 tracks, 21 minutes of your time, super heavy and meaningful. Give this one a shot. Next up, we have the sophomore album from Falling Forever, with the determinism of essence in matter. This is an international doom project from both Rome and Minneapolis that really combines the great melodic doom stuff, mixed in with some funeral doom, death doom. Yeah, this has everything that you're looking for in that style. The vocals really remind me of that idea of being able to take a stone slab and pushing it off a grave. It really has that sound going behind it, which I know is not for everybody, but if it is for you, this is done magnificently well. This is for fans, I would say, of Mournful Congregation or Fragments of Lost Memories, or even a band like In Loving Memory, which is a little more melodic. But if you like what's going on here, this is some of the most darkest, deepest, despair-filled doom metal in 2024. Next up is the 10th album from Freak Kitchen, with Everybody Gets Bloody. This is a band that I've loved since my middle school days, and I just love the essence of how Matthias and company has the way to be able to show off what they're able to do with their freak guitar, bass, and drums. Although I will say the rhythm section does not really get shown off as much as Freak Kitchen with freak guitar, but that's kind of the point. But also, at the same time, they can change things on the turn of a dime and create some of the most meaningful lyrics, some of the catchiest riffs that you'll hear in any kind of prog, and just that great essence of what Swedish rock and roll mixed in with progressive metal and what the kids would say gent is nowadays. Freak Kitchen has been doing this for over 30 years now, and they are still showing the younger kids what it's all about. This is some of the best music in the prog scene that has come out in 2024, and some of the catchiest, so give it a shot. Next up is the brand new album from Rotting Christ with Pro Christo, and if you don't know how to pronounce that when you look at the name, it is the very first syllables you hear on the album. It says Pro Christo. Anyways, this is an album of a band that's been around for well over 30 years that is putting out some very fine music, and while it may not be the traditional dark evil black metal that you expect from the early day sound of the band, they have more of an epic feel behind it. There's more folk elements, there's more atmosphere going on, which I know is not for everybody, but if you haven't figured out what Rotting Christ is all about in the 21st century, well, you got some work to do when you gotta look at some stuff from the past. But I absolutely love this album. I think it's some of the best Rotting Christ material in the 21st century, and again, I know it's not for everybody, but it is for me. Next up, we have some theatrical epic metal from Summoner's Circle with Cult. The fourth album from this Knoxville band takes a bit of a different direction, where they were kind of more focused on more cosmic stuff before, but this time it hits more home on Earth, talking about religion and the way terrible people use it to control people for whatever their endgame is. You combine that with their blend of theatrical epic metal, which of course has some progressive black metal, some death doom, some more avant-garde elements, but sometimes those moments are just so catchy, and it's just amazing to hear that. This is by far the best album the band has done to date. I think they continue to progress with every single album, and I'm so excited to see what's next from them, because we need more American bands doing this this type of theatrical metal. We really do. Finally, we end things with the third LP from Through These Gates with the majestic Rites to Passage. This one-man project from Mammoth Lakes, California is the perfect blend of emotion of black metal and just the right amount of near gothic death metal and other elements as well. There's so many great string and orchestral moments that are going on throughout this album, mixed in with that dark, evil, blackened death metal sound, and dare I say, some really catchy moments that are going on with this as well. It has a great element of so many of these dark, evil elements of different heavy genres that is really fun to listen to. Like, if you want something that has that blackened death metal, some melodic death metal, and dare I say, theatrical moments going on, you should give this one a shot. And don't shy away just because it's a one-man project. This is far better than you would imagine a one-man project to be. And there you go, folks, 12 more albums to check out that are currently available in 2024. And if you've been keeping track, or if you just paid attention during the beginning of all of this, I have covered 222 albums in 2024 so far. So make sure to tune in Monday for the giant Big Chungus compilation, where I show off all 222 reviews that I've done so far. Or, if you're already caught up to speed, first of all, thank you very much. And second, tune back in a week from today, where we cover the second half of 2024, well, the start of it anyways, where we do Out Today and What I Missed for June 7th, 2024. And until then, for the Heavy Debriefings YouTube channel, this is Josh Runquist saying, embrace the skullet.